Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. How to coronavirus-proof your small business and personal finance. That's our topic today. We've got some great resources for you on the phone. I'm Dominique DiPrima. It's a special edition of the Front Page. We typically do this Monday through Friday from 4:30 to 6 a.m. Dr. Paul Wallace is standing by, but joining us now this morning, we have some special guests calling us from the city of Long Beach. And I'm so pleased to have with us Councilmember Rex Richardson. He was elected to Long Beach City Council in 2014, representing the neighborhoods of North Long Beach and District 9. He's chair of the Economic Development Committee, the Long Beach Housing Authority, and first vice president on the Southern California Association of Governments. Welcome to the show, Councilmember Richardson.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Also joining us, Dr. Anissa Davis. She grew up in Long Beach, went to UCLA, went to Stanford Medical School, and she has a specialty in public health training with the California Department of Public Health. She is currently the city health officer for the city of Long Beach. Do we have Dr. Anissa Davis on the phone? Okay, not yet. So we'll start with Councilman Richardson. You were telling me off the air, city of Long Beach is special in that they kind of have their own everything.
Absolutely. So Long Beach, we're the second largest city in the county, 500,000 residents, 36th largest city in the nation. And we are unique, especially in this health emergency, in that we are one of just 3 cities across the entire state of California with our own public health agency. We're one of just a few cities with our own disaster preparedness department, which allows us to work really year-round in preparing for incidents like this. And this is an unprecedented incident for us. I have to tell you, this crisis affects everyone, and we're all in this together. My family, my wife and I are working from home, simultaneously homeschooling and entertaining 2 daughters.
Don't I know that feeling?
Exactly. 2 years old, 5 years old.
Wow.
So everything from ABC Mouse to taking conference calls. So it impacts everybody. But we also know that there are a lot of small businesses, a lot of families who are really hurting in this moment. Businesses who have been told that they're not essential, and we know that every business is essential. But we all have to stick together and follow the rules for the greater sake of our community.
Dr. Davis, do we have you now? Welcome to the Front Page. People are scrambling right now, city by city. I mean, and in Long Beach, you guys have your own Department of Health just for the city. What difference is that making for families and companies right now?
Well, I feel like residents and companies in Long Beach have they have direct access because we have our own health department and our own environmental health bureau, which works really closely with our businesses. So we do a lot of education. We know our neighborhoods really well. We know our residents. So we're able to really provide very personalized and relevant education and guidance and helplines and info lines and what have you for our residents. So I feel like that's where it makes the biggest difference. But we're very aligned with Los Angeles County. We have the same goals, which is to lessen transmission of this virus and to flatten the curve. So we're working really closely. Pasadena also has its own health department. So all of us really are working in concert because that's going to be really important to lessen the impact of this virus throughout Southern California.
It's an honor to meet you, even from our social distancing stance. Everybody's on the phone and far away from each other. But I know, Dr. Davis, you are one of the few African Americans in your position, really nationwide.
I am. Dr. Muntu Davis is also African American, and he is the health officer for the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health.
No relation.
I think no relation, but we work closely together. And I think it's important at all times, and especially at these times, to have people of all nationalities, colors, to really be standing up and being a spokesperson for these really important messages. at this time.
Okay, we have folks on the phone that would like to talk with you guys. I want to make sure we don't run out of time, though, Councilmember Richardson, without describing the programs that are specifically available for folks in the city of Long Beach, both small businesses and individuals that we should know about and take advantage of.
Absolutely. So I'll start with just acknowledging Dr. Davis. It's great. I believe representation certainly matters, and it's great that we have Dr. Davis in our health department working very closely with our city council. In terms of relief, the city council moved pretty quickly to take action to address the needs of both our residents and small businesses. We started with suspending all utility shutoffs on residents, and we have our own public utilities in Long Beach, and so we suspended those shutoffs for non-payment. That applies to both residents and small businesses. Secondly, we took steps to stop and halt evictions for anyone, both commercial businesses and residential tenants who are impacted by this COVID-19 emergency. No matter your immigration status, that went into effect through May 31st, and you have a grace period to make up past due rent payments by November 30th. We also directed staff to implement a citywide comprehensive economic relief program. And this explores a number of resources like emergency assistance loan programs for small businesses, funding opportunities to support our local hospitality industry, local policies that assist laid off or furloughed employees who are ineligible for unemployment programs, and policies that require that companies, when this turns around, they have a right to return to their jobs. Those are the types of things that we're doing, and so those are all being deployed, rolled out immediately. We have some resources available today. Small businesses are encouraged to reach out to our business hotline. We can help field questions, direct customers to important resources, technical assistance, financial assistance, layoff aversion program, and that phone number is 562-570-4BIZ. Again, that's 562-570-4249. And that's open Monday through Sunday, every day of the week, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So there's a number of resources that we are putting together. We are paying a lot of attention to what's happening at the national level, the state level. We have an emergency microloan program available to small businesses and nonprofits with 5 employees or less that has been financially burdened. For more information, you can call our Small Business Development Center or the 4BIZ number. Our Small Business Development Center's number is 562-938-5100. And we're continuing to have other strategic conversations with funders and partners to secure additional financial resources for businesses.
All right, we're going to go to, go ahead, Dr. Davis.
Oh, I just wanted to add a couple of phone numbers to Councilman Richardson, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So if you're an older adult who is self-quarantining and is in need of support, which is, that's who we really want to stay in the house. So if you have a loved one who needs support, we have an info line. So it's 562-570-INFO or 4636, and you select option 5. And that line is staffed Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5. And the resource line will connect callers to social workers, health educators, or librarians to help people connect with resources that they need, like food delivery, home supplies, prescription delivery services.
That's great, because not everybody can go online, or not everybody feels comfortable online.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you had another one also you wanted to put forth?
Yes, one more. So this is to help with mental health resources. If you're feeling anxious and you want to speak to someone directly, this is run by the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health. It's 1-800-854-7771. That's the access phone line where you can directly speak to someone regarding mental health screening and counseling and referrals.
It's great stuff, and we'll have all this stuff posted up on our website by no later than Monday, so if you couldn't write it down that fast, always go to KJLHradio.com. We have a lot of information up there now, including, the meals for kids who are not in school right now, and, the senior food delivery services here in Los Angeles. All of that stuff is at kjlhradio.com, and we'll certainly add this to it. All right, let's go to Ricky from Compton. Hi, Ricky. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Dominique. I listened to your show. I enjoy the front page. I was calling to ask you, when is someone going to address the problem that we have with the drivers that drive shuttles and buses for LAX? No one is addressing this problem.
So Ricky, you say
direct contact with people from every country and state.
So, Ricky, you are a bus driver, and you're concerned about your...
I'm driving right now.
And you're okay, don't say that because you're on the phone. You're concerned about your safety and the safety of other drivers, and you want to know what can be done about it, what resources are available, or what rights do you have? Is that kind of your question?
Yes, I've asked this question a lot of times. It seems like that we are carrying hazmat. I mean,
okay, well, let's see what specifically what Dr. Davis, Dr. Anissa Davis has to say about it, but also Councilmember Richardson. What would you say to that? I mean, I know that, Carson shut down its bus service completely. Mayor Robles made that call. I wonder about that because what about essential workers that don't have a car? But at the same time, how do you protect the drivers?
So that is a tough situation because transit is considered an essential business. So, when we were putting orders together to have people try to stay at home and lessen transmission and lessen folks that were out in the community, people need to be able to get from point A to point B. So that was kind of carved out. I do think it's important for all the bus drivers to do the best they can with social distancing. So I know sometimes, depending on how large the bus is, you can have people sit further back in the bus. You can also, if you notice that somebody's coughing, you can bring that up. And you can make sure that you're doing the best you can for your own hygiene. So making sure that you're washing your hands frequently. Of course, if you're on a bus, you're going to need to have a lot of hand sanitizer. You can also have that for the people who are riding in the bus. Those are the things that would be important.
And I don't know that there's, again, Councilmember Richardson, I don't know that there's a legislative piece to that. It's kind of the same thing we had with Carol, the nurse who called earlier. As even grocery workers, we don't think of grocery workers and bus drivers as first responders, but with COVID-19, they actually end up being just that. We have Dr. Paul Wallace in the background, kind of standing by for moments like this. Dr. Paul Wallace, what would you say to the bus driver? Anything you can add to what Dr. Davis said as far as how he can protect himself?
I think she adequately addressed it, but I think that they all should be wearing masks at all times, hopefully the N95 mask. There does need to be a formal training for all the drivers on how to practice distancing and minimizing contact. They should be supplied with tissues and hand wipes, and that's their employer should come to the forefront and do that. However, don't wait on them. Whatever you have at home, use to protect yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Wallace. Let's go to Joyce calling us from Los Angeles. Hi, Joyce.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. I am a part of World Financial Group, and we help people to consolidate their credit cards. And we also, we do a lot of different things. And we also
Joyce,
help people get jobs.
Is World Financial Group, is it a nonprofit organization? Or is it a for-profit business?
I have my trainer on the phone.
Okay.
Miss Helen, can you address that?
Because honestly,
Hello.
it sounds like
How are
it could be.
morning.
Good morning. Because if it's an advertisement, we're going to ask that you call our sales department. We are also a small business, and we are in need of revenue right now.
Okay. Well, we're trying to get help the people. Go ahead, Helen.
Yes. Good morning. This is not advertising. We're just informing people because of all this chaos going on.
Right. So the question is, are you a nonprofit?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So,
we work for Aegon Company. It's a huge company. We work with over 300 companies. and we help people with their finances. Our mission is to help families, and we're actually going to have a little...
Okay, what's your website?
Today.
What's your website?
It's www.wfg.com, but we have a virtual Zoom call number I would like to share.
No, you know what? Honestly, we're going to have to hold off on that because it does sound like an advertisement at this point. And folks that want to advertise, we respectfully ask that you call our sales department. Let's go to Rosie Milligan calling us from Los Angeles. Good morning.
Dominique, thanks for this show. But I just want to mention, since we are really based on lockdown, those who are coming on, it would be really nice if they would give websites and spell them out, because the person who mentioned GoVAS, I don't know if it's govas.com.
That was Senator Steve Bradford. He didn't have the information, and I will look it up and get it for you, and it'll be on the KJLHradio.com. Everything I'm writing, I'm taking notes for you, Dr. Rosie Milligan. Yeah, it'll all be up.
Dominique.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Listening.
So we need ABC instruction, and you're talking about work source. The work source are closed. Slauson, Vermont. They're not there. We need to create, even if it's a webinar, our people, if we know, lag far behind in literacy and technology. We're going to be left behind unless something is established to help our people get through the maze of filling out this paperwork. I'm really concerned about us being left behind with filling out the paperwork when they're talking about the loans and everything.
Well,
yeah. Spell it out.
I got you. Thank you, Rosie Milligan. Councilmember Rex Richardson, can you address what Rosie Milligan is talking about? I mean, there is definitely a technology gap between seniors and others.
Absolutely. And most local governments are going to be aware of that. We deal with this all the time. I would say that in Long Beach, our city has stepped up in that we provide support and assistance. But there are a lot of nonprofits that are in the front line that have real community credibility, and we're supporting those nonprofits. Here locally, we established a Long Beach coronavirus relief fund, and those dollars are being directed to nonprofits who are on the ground in the community, working hand in hand with people like Rosie to make sure that they have the resources that they need. This is a moment where we really need the private sector to step up and help contribute to these efforts, because nonprofits need funding at this moment, and they can contribute to the Long Beach Coronavirus Relief Fund at the Long Beach Community Foundation website. So, Rosie, I agree. Local government should work hand in hand to provide the technical support and assistance. We're doing that on the ground in Long Beach. And Dominique, thank you for having so many people from other agencies here. They all are aware of that. I know Senator Bradford, who also represents Long Beach and South LA, he's got a wealth of resources as well.
And I would add, we'll have more on this next hour, that the county just set up a counseling website for businesses, small businesses and individuals working through paperwork and financial issues. We'll have more on that next hour with Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas. There is a number that is already up at the KJLHradio.com website, and that's Monday through Friday. I think it's 8 to 4:30 or something like that you can call, and they will walk you through paperwork as well. Let's go to Wendell calling us from Los Angeles. Hi, Wendell.
Greetings, Dominique. It's odd to hear you during the daylight hours, but I'm liking it. I just want to know for sure, are disability and people on SSI, will they qualify for stimulus payout? And I'd like to make a quick comment, please. In my lifetime, I've seen hospitals close down in this area, Morningside, Freeman, Broadway, Compton, but nothing's being with that. We're not replacing these medical facilities. I would like to see some of that as well. Thank you for taking my call. Have a blessed day.
All right, Wendell. I don't know if either of you, maybe that might be something for Congresswoman Karen Bass, who will be on later in the show, but can you address that question about stimulus and Social Security?
Well, I have to tell you, this is Councilmember Richardson. If you go to the AARP website, they just AARP sent out a notice to seniors that they have advocated for seniors, giving your details in your tax status if you are on SSI, SSDI, you could be eligible for those federal relief payments. And Congress just voted to adopt this on Friday. So I would go to the AARP website. They have tremendous resources for seniors.
Which means that we don't have all the details yet because it was just passed. The details will continue to come out on that. Councilmember Rex Richardson, Dr. Anissa Davis, what would you leave us with this morning?
I'll defer to Dr. Davis.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll close it out. Dr. Davis?
Dr. Davis?
Okay. I would just like to leave our listeners with the message that I know that you're going through a great economic and social sacrifice by staying at home, but it's really important, I think, these next few weeks to really adhere to all the orders that are coming out from our officials and our public health officials is really going to make the difference in the long run in blunting the effect and the impact that this virus is going to have on our community. So please pay attention to that. Please do what it says. And please continue to wash your hands. I know everybody's heard it a million times. It's so important. We don't have a vaccine for this virus. We don't have medicine for it. So washing your hands, using hand sanitizer, not touching your face, disinfecting high-touch surfaces, staying at home when you're sick, and not being around others when they're sick is going to make all the difference. It's the best tools we have right now to blunt this virus.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a pleasure to meet you. Councilmember Rex Richardson, your final thought today.
Sure. I'll start just by saying thank you for reaching out and inviting the city of Long Beach to participate in this conversation. It's the second largest African-American population in the region, and KJLH always reaches out to us to make sure we're included. My message to people is that we are all in this together. I know that it's difficult, but I do have faith that we're going to overcome, but it does require some self-sacrifice and social responsibility. There are a few things we need to do. Dr. Davis was absolutely right. The first thing we all need to do is follow the safer at home order. Many of the people in our community may not take it seriously at this point. However, the virus doesn't show symptoms right away, and we can inadvertently contribute to the spread within our own communities. So you can go to longbeach.gov/COVID-19 for more resources and to stay up to date with information. Secondly, we should all look out for one another. We're seeing that happen all across the community. Nonprofits, individuals, calling and checking on the seat, thankfully checking in with seniors in our communities, sharing your food and cleaning supplies, while respecting social distancing. All those things are important. However, if you are ill, just stay at home. Just stay home. Reach out for help. Third, this is going to be an all hands on deck approach. We're going to need all levels of government to step up and provide relief, starting with local government. We talked about some of the things Long Beach is doing, but reach out to your own city and find out what rights and what benefits and what your city is doing, what protections your city is offering to renters, to homeowners, to small businesses. The fourth thing I'd say is I'm going to reiterate this call to the private sector. We need to utilize our public-private partnerships. It is time for corporations to rally in support of their workers, the communities they operate in, and help small businesses within their supply chain. If you have procurement power, guess what? Our local hospitals need protective equipment, masks and gloves. So leverage that procurement power within your company to help support our doctors and our nurses and our frontline healthcare workers. I'd also say, lastly, let's be grateful to everyone on the front line of this crisis, our doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, first responders who are caring for us, our public health department like Dr. Davis, who are coordinating these efforts, our workers at grocery stores, our shippers, our child care, financial institutions, hospitality institutions, and all the industries that are providing us with essential services. Let's honor these people with kindness. Let's be kind, and let's be empathetic. And so I'll just say we're bonded together in this. We're in this together. Let's all do our part for the safety and security of our community.
All right. Thank you so much, Councilmember Richardson. We are fighting the clock here. Dr. Paul Wallace, thank you for being our shadow MD today for this first hour. You're much appreciated as well. All right, Dr. Wallace, you can find him at lookscount.com. We got another hour of this. We've got some great guests coming up for you. Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas, Congresswoman Karen Bass, Council Member Marquise Harris Dawson from the city of LA, Mayor James Butts from the city of Inglewood. Great resources straight ahead. It's Radio Free 102.3 KJLH, where we are broadcasting live from the KJLH 1-800 The Law 2 studio.